Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? This is the recorder camera. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you, but it's a little bit of an echo.
Okay. Who is, I have no paperwork on this. Who is going to be the law judge?
Good morning, sir. This is Christine Burke.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. I think everybody's present. We can start. I'm just going to record just a moment, please. Okay, good morning, everybody. We are recording. Mr. Court Reporter, are we on the record?
We're on.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. Today is January the 25th, 2022. It's about 10 a.m. My name is Christine Burke. I'm a public utility law judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission. We're here today, this morning, for a pre-hearing conference in case number 9672, which is captioned in the matter of the formal complaint of Belinda Keyser versus the Historical Old Town Bridge Preservation LLC and O1C LLC. The purpose of today's hearing is to discuss any preliminary matters, address petitions to intervene, and to set a procedural schedule on the case. May I have appearances of the parties here this morning, beginning with the complainant, Ms. Keyser. Ms. Keyser, are you present? I don't see her, actually. Okay. We're going to pause, and I'm going to see whether or not she has been trying to log in. Okay, I apologize. I'm going to just go ahead and see if I can send her a message. Okay, I did send her the invitation. Good morning, Ms. Keyser. Ms. Keyser, are you present? I see someone named, but I don't see if that is Ms. Keyser.
Miss James with MDE just joined.
Okay,
I
thank
think
you.
that's Miss Keyser.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I'm going to ask for everybody's indulgence while I go ahead. It is just 10 o'clock. I'm going to see if we can reach out to her and see if she's having some trouble. Ms. Keyser, are you present? Hi, Ms. Keyser.
Yes. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, good, very much. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to start the hearing this morning. We started, but I didn't realize that you were not yet on the call. It is January 25th, 2022. We're here for the matter in the formal complaint of Belinda Keyser versus Old Town Bridge LLC and O1C LLC. The purpose of today's hearing is to discuss any preliminary matters, address any petitions to intervene, and to set a procedural schedule. My name is Christine Burke. I'm the Public Utility Law Judge with the Maryland Public Service Commission that was assigned to hear today's case. We are being recorded and there is a court reporter present. May I have the appearances of the parties here today, beginning with you, Ms. Keyser, if you could identify yourself, name and address, please.
My name is Belinda Keyser, K-I-S-E-R. I'm with my treasurer, Sean Ford. Taking notes.
Okay, and can you give your address, please?
46 Rocky Road, Green Spring, West Virginia.
Thank you. Mr. Court Reporter, did you get that?
Yes, I
Okay, thank you. For the Office of People's Counsel.
Apologize, Your Honor. Unmuting. Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole Zeitner on behalf of the Office of People's Counsel.
Thank you. And for Commission staff.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Greger on behalf of staff.
Morning. And for the Maryland Department of the Environment.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan May, Assistant Attorney General with the Maryland Department of the Environment.
And for the Old Town Bridge, please.
Morning. This is David McManus on behalf of Old Town Bridge, which is known as O1CLC, and the owner, Lori Roberts, who's also on screen. I apologize. You see me twice on the screen. My office computer doesn't like WebEx for some reason. It's not detecting my camera or my microphone. So the feed is through my telephone, my iPhone, but I put you on the screen as well so I can see you on my computer screen in a bigger fashion than I can on my phone. So
Thank you.
I'm with WebEx every time.
Yes, I know. It's a new age with technology. We're all getting used to. Thank you. Before moving forward, I just want to clarify, Ms. Keyser indicated by way of letter on January 20th that she wanted to proceed with this matter pro se and is appearing just as an individual today and not on behalf of the Green Spring Low Water Bridge Committee Incorporated. Should Ms. Keyser obtain counsel on behalf of the organization, they would have to file a petition to intervene in the matter. And there would be no changes to the procedural schedule that we're going to be setting today. Also, just before we get started preliminarily, the matter was set just to sort of focus on what the issues are today. The commission docketed the complaint just to investigate the condition of the bridge and whether it is being adequately maintained by the operator. Testimony should be related and limited to this issue. I next would like to address the petition to intervene. Mr. May, on behalf of the Maryland Department of the Environment, has filed a petition to intervene in this matter. Do any parties wish to be heard with regard to the petition to intervene for Old Town Bridge?
No, thank you.
Okay, OPC,
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
staff.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Keyser, do you wish to be heard with regard to the petition to intervene?
No, ma'am.
Okay. It will be granting that petition to intervene. The statute's pretty clear that unless there's that shall be granted unless the party is represented adequately by some other party, or that the issues the party seeks to raise are irrelevant or immaterial. And I believe definitely in this case that the Maryland Department of the Environment has something relevant to offer. As far as the procedural schedule, have the parties discussed any dates?
Excuse me, you're breaking up.
As far as setting the procedural schedule for discovery in this case, have the parties discussed any dates?
No, ma'am.
No, we have not yet.
Okay, well then I will go ahead and choose some dates.
Rhonda, before we do, can we discuss the scope of this hearing? That might influence the dates.
Okay, well, the scope of today's hearing, it's a pre-hearing conference. So today is to set the procedural schedule. And that'll set our discovery date. So for filing of direct testimony, reply testimony, rebuttal, if necessary, and to schedule the evidentiary hearings. We can schedule a briefing schedule at a later date, I think, if that's necessary. I'm not sure if that's necessary at this point.
Okay, but I had some more basic questions,
Okay.
if I may. One is there a burden of proof and who holds it? Who's allowed to participate? And what is the proposition that is to be proven? And by what measure of proof? What's the standard of proof?
Okay, the burden is on the complainant in this case. The issue that, as I said earlier, that we're holding in on, the commission delegated this matter to me on this only issue to be addressed is the adequate maintenance by the operator of the bridge. Any testimony or evidence should be limited to this issue. There were other issues raised in the complaint, namely naming the bridge a historical landmark is not within the purview of the Public Service Commission. That matter cannot be addressed by the Public Service Commission.
We
So
understand that.
on the complaint.
I'm sorry, just one at a time. Ms. Keyser, I'll give you a chance in a minute. If Mr. McManus.
Yes, did I hear you correctly that the burden of proof is on the complainant?
It is, but the matter was set to investigate whether or not the bridge is being adequately maintained. So the burden is on the complainant. However, the Public Service Commission has the authority to investigate because the rates are set as it is a toll bridge. Whether or not there's a question of adequate maintenance and safety with regard to the bridge.
And what is the burden of proof?
The inspection in order for Ms.
Ma'am,
Chambers to get her toll hike in 2013.
Ms. Keyser,
Yes, please, it's Ms. Kaiser.
Ms. Keyser. The
Thank
question
you.
is not directed to you, Ms. Keyser. The question was directed to me.
I'm sorry.
The burden of proof is on the complainant. However, the commission asked that staff of the Public Service Commission investigate the condition of the bridge. The Department of the Environment was invited to intervene in this matter. The question to be presented in the investigative hearings is whether or not it is being adequately maintained.
Yes, understood. Is it clear and convincing or preponderance?
I believe, well, so at this point, we are doing the evidentiary hearing to determine whether or not the investigation is to the safety of the bridge. So the complainant raised the issue. We're going to do testimony as to whether or not there is an issue with maintenance and safety of the bridge. The commission on its own can start an investigation. So that is what's happening.
Okay.
The request of the complainant.
And I'm sorry for asking these questions. This hearing is new to me and to.
That's okay.
And it seems like it's kind of new to everyone because this is outside the normal regulatory process and the normal
This is
inspection.
actually the first time I believe that this is the only toll bridge in the state of Maryland. So this is a new matter, I think, for everyone.
Right.
Which is why I'm asking. So if the complainant goes first, will there be an evaluation of the quality of that evidence before it proceeds further? So if she doesn't meet the burden of proof, the hearing is over.
No.
Correct, but she's met a burden for the commission to decide to investigate the matter.
Thank you.
So after there's evidence presented that satisfies the commission that the operation and maintenance of the bridge is safe and being adequately maintained for the ratepayers that are utilizing it, then that's what the hearing is to determine. And the credibility of any evidence presented on each side is on an individual basis.
Okay, so if the commission is investigating, will the commission be calling witnesses or presenting evidence or subpoenaing witnesses and requesting evidence?
The commission was asked to intervene in the case and present testimony and advice on the case. Yes. That's why the commission is present here today.
And that's, I'm sorry, but I need to figure out what evidence and what witnesses I may need to present on behalf of O1C. And to do that, I need to know what I'm shooting at, basically. What's the burden of proof? Who am I trying to persuade, and what am I trying to persuade that person of? And am I simply responding to the complainant's testimony, or do I have some affirmative burden?
I think at this point, the burden is to prove that, and this was part of the settlement, I believe, in the rate case as well, that the bridge is being adequately maintained, that the rates that are being charged by the tolls are going towards the maintenance and safety of the bridge. Do you have anything further, Mr. McManus?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. As to dates, so as for discovery, the discovery schedule that we're gonna have to set would set deadlines as far as testimony and evidentiary exhibits and anything that the parties would like to offer. The general procedure of a case before the commission is the parties file direct testimony that's due by a specific date, then rebuttal testimony is filed, then reply testimony rather is filed in response to direct testimony, and then rebuttal testimony is filed. And there are specific dates for that. If there's any discovery requests that are made on their party and they're unable to be solved, they can come to me as far to resolve those discovery disputes. The schedule, though, without any proposed schedule from the parties, I'm going to have to set dates. Just a moment. So testimony from the parties will be due Friday, April 29th. Unless I hear an objection from anybody.
What time?
And reply testimony will be due June 17th.
Can you repeat that?
June the 17th,
What's that for?
Friday for reply testimony.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And rebuttal testimony limited to the issues that are provided in direct will be due July 3rd.
First?
Yes. And the evidentiary hearings in the case will be scheduled for July 12th. And I believe one day should do it, but we can have scheduled July 13th tentatively as an evidentiary hearing as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Are there any objections to those dates?
No, ma'am.
I have a one-day trial on July 12th.
Okay,
I would be available later that week
Up to
what
13.
is the third?
or the next,
I'm sorry.
or the next week.
Okay, how about July 13th and July 14th? The hearings will begin at 10 a.m. And as of now, they will be virtual.
If my one-day trial bleeds into a second day, that won't work. I would like a little bit more of a cushion between the two matters in case one carries over. Especially with COVID, things are getting pushed back and taking longer. The next week would give me the cushion I need.
July 18th and 19th?
Yes.
That's all they want to do.
Any other objection from any other party?
No, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
I apologize, Your Honor. This is Jonathan May. I'm away that week.
Okay. I knew vacation would come into play. '25th and '26th?
That works.
25th and 26th?
25th and 26th, Monday and Tuesday. Does that work for everybody?
What is it?
July 25th and 26th.
That works
25th.
for Office of People's Counsel.
So July 25th and July 26th.
Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is it necessary to push this clear into July?
There has to be sufficient time for discovery between the parties.
Rebuttal, yeah. So you set the new dates at July 25th and July 26th at 10 a.m.?
Correct.
If it
That'll
goes,
be for the evidentiary hearings. The other deadlines are for discovery.
right,
So if there's documents and witnesses that you would like to present, you need to pre-file that testimony and those exhibits with the Public Service Commission by the other dates that are due. I'm going to be issuing a procedural, a schedule with all of these dates included and the times that the hearings will begin.
okay, got it.
I'm not going to set a schedule as to the briefing of this until we get to the evidentiary hearings and see if there's any resolution before then or whether we need to have a briefing scheduled.
Okay,
As far as discovery procedures, prior to July 1st, which was the date of rebuttal, any discovery requests between the parties should be answered within 7 days of being filed. After rebuttal date of July the 1st, any discovery requests should be handled within 3 days. If the parties cannot come to a resolution on their own, they must file a motion with me within 3 days of the denial of the specific discovery request, and then I will hear it. Are there any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, I do. So before one, any discovery request has to be answered within 7 days,
Correct.
discovery request.
regardless of the scope of the request.
If there's an objection to the request, and it can't be resolved between the parties, then it would have to be filed with a motion to compel, or a motion would have to be filed, and I'll hear the motion. But all efforts should be made prior and be documented in the motion as to what efforts were made to resolve the discovery dispute.
Okay, so we would have an opportunity informally to address the scope of the discovery and the timing of responding to it. The reason I ask is because there are several intervening agencies now. There's a complainant who has an assistant. And without some limits on the discovery, we could get hit with dozens of requests that have to be responded to within a week. And that's burdensome.
Correct. So the reason I stated to begin with, the scope of these proceedings are to determine the maintenance and safety of the bridge. They are not, any of the other issues that were brought up are not to be addressed. So anything, there shouldn't be any frivolous discovery requests. If that's a problem, then we'll address it when we get to it. It is narrow scope of this is adequate maintenance of the bridge.
Understood, but any lawyer worth salt can think up 50 questions about that topic.
And the complainant, as far as appearing now at this point, is pro se. This individual that's with her now is not for the proceeding. She's pro se right now. If she wishes to file on behalf of the organization, they'll have to file a petition to intervene that'll be considered at a later date.
Which is, I'm clear on. I'm very clear.
We're clear on that.
So Sean's present with me as support to help me keep clear of what's going on since I am a layperson. And the complaint of what I got is clear and simple. The differences in the inspection reports.
To the point.
Okay, so we're not going to get into any of the substance of proceeding today. Today is just a procedural hearing. Evidence will be shared in discovery with all of the parties. A new service list will be issued. And was there another individual from MDE that is entering their appearance as well?
Bobby James is a senior policy advisor in the Office of Secretary.
Okay.
Although she is an attorney, she's not represented. She's not serving as counsel.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll be issuing a procedural schedule shortly. Is there any other preliminary issues that need to be addressed today before we go forward?
Not on my side, Your Honor.
Mr. McManus?
I can't think of anything at the moment, but I'm still very fuzzy about what this hearing is going to look like. But I think perhaps the thing to do is just to plow ahead and see what kind of evidence turns up in the discovery period.
From the Office of People's Counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. Staff?
Nothing from staff, Your Honor.
Thank you. And MDE?
Nothing. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Court Reporter. We can go off the record. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.